Good morning, children. This is our school, Sri KV English School, ICSC, CVV campus, Chikbalapur. So, children, I am Mr. Ali Umran. I handle class 5 and my subject is social studies. So, children, today's topic is story of human evolution. So, children, in this topic, we learn the present human form of Homo sapiens appeared about 40,000 years ago, and we will also discuss the 4 ages of stone, the Paleolithic age, the Mesolithic age, the Neolithic age, and the Chalcolithic age. And children, we will also discuss the main features of Neolithic age or the New Stone age. Children, before we start the topic, we will have to introduce a great scientist whose invention of human evolution was greatly useful and greatly helpful in order to study the various stages of the human evolution. See, children, I told you already what is the evolution here we are going to discuss. See, children, we are going to discuss the evolution of man. See, evolution means the gradual process of change and development. Evolution means the gradual process of change and development of something. See, here we are not going to study something, we are going to study the gradual change and process of the development of human. What is the change here? The change is the various stages or the various physical developments as well as the mental development of man, and how did man evolved from ape, that is to the present posture or present structure. That is what we are going to discuss. See, children, before we discuss, we will have to discuss a great person who discovered the evolution of man, and in his theory or in his book, he described or he presented a detailed information of human development in various stages. Children, let us introduce this great scientist, Charles Robert Darwin. He was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist. He was best known for his contribution to the science of evolution. His proposition that all species of life have descended over time from common ancestors is now widely accepted and considered a fundamental concept in science. See, children, this is what Charles Robert Darwin proved to the best of his abilities in order to show the different stages of the evolution of man. See, children, Charles Robert Darwin was an English man, a great scientist, a great environmentalist, and he was a naturalist. See, naturalist means an expert of natural history. An expert of natural history. Natural history in the sense, what are all the living things and non-living things present in the nature. the study of the same in a natural way, all the natural objects of the nature, all the features of the nature. Studying is what something we'll call as a naturalist. Geologist means one who studies solid, liquid and gaseous matter that contains on the surface of the earth. Geologist means one who studies solid objects, liquid objects and gaseous matter present on the surface of the earth. See why, children, I am connecting all these points. Why I am connecting all these points? That is naturalist, geologist, we will discuss that afterwards. Now, he was also a biologist. Biologist means an expert of the branch of science concerning to living organisms. See, an expert of the branch of science concerning to the living organisms. See, he was a naturalist, I told you. Studied all the natural objects found in the nature, one. Number two, he studied all the gaseous, solid and liquid matters that is connected to his study. Now, he was a biologist, I told. That means that he studied all the living organisms. He studied all the living organisms before concluding or before conducting the theory of the evolution of man. Now, children, this is something connected to a scientist whose contribution to the evolution of man was widely accepted and greatly accepted, and in his theory he proved that the position of ape, this first stage, that is the position of ape, and in the next stage various developments were taken place in various stages due to various changes that were taken place in the nature, maybe the climatic changes, maybe the environmental changes. All these changes led to the development of different species, especially man, and based on his research and based on his study, now today we are all agreeing, today we are all considering it's a fundamental concept in the science. It's a fundamental concept in the science, and the invention of man was widely and was greatly accepted by everyone in the world. See, that is one introduction of the great scientist. Now, children, I told you already the various stages of man. Man evolved from ape, I told you already. See, the theory that human evolved from apes was first propounded by Charles Darwin. See, children, the theory of human that is evolved from apes, the first stage of man, the first stage of human was in the form of ape, and he first propounded in his book. Who propounded? Charles Robert Darwin. He propounded in his book, that is, on the origin of species by means of natural selection. See, this is his theory and this is his book, and based on various studies, that is already I told you, natural studies, then the study of zoology and also the study of biology, all this is studied differently, that is in the nature, and finally he concluded his theory, that is on his book, that is in his book, that is on the origin of species by means of natural selection. See, children, this is his theory, or this is his presentation, or this is his book. See, in the initial stages of physical development, hominids walked on all fours. I told you the first stage of man was hominid. See children, hominid is nothing but an ape. Hominid is nothing but an ape. See children, just imagine the first stage or the first form of human, that is in the form of ape. See, it is almost like an ape, and the first stage of human is called hominid. See children, we are not going to discuss various stages. There are so many stages of physical character or physical development of man. We will call each stage in different name. But children, we are going to discuss only three stages. One, the beginning stage, that is the hominid, that is an ape. Second stage, Homo erectus. We will discuss the next stage, Homo erectus. What is Homo erectus also we will discuss. And third stage, Homo sapiens also we will discuss. See, these are the three main stages we are going to discuss in this topic. And children, remember, the condition of hominid is almost like an animal. Why? Because he clearly mentioned that the hominids walked on all fours. All fours, children, all fours means without any support of hand. He did not swing his arms. Instead, he walked on four. He walked on four legs. See, that is the first stage. See, children, we have to understand very clearly that he walked on all fours means he walked almost like an animal, and his conditions, his living conditions, his characters, his behaviors, all were compared to an animal. He's 100% he was an animal. Why? Because he walked on all fours and he lived along with the animals. Gradually, they could walk on two legs. Gradually, they could walk on two legs. After so many lakhs of years, they started to walk on four. Instead of walking on four, they started to walk on two. And this is the second development. How did this development has taken place? This is the process in which taken place in man's life only. See, this change has taken place because of so many biological, climatic changes that were taken place, and because of that, see, even the species like ape also got changed due to various, environmental changes, climatic changes, and he began to walk on two legs. He began to walk on two, and this is a very important, change, and this is a very important development in man's life. A creature walking on four began to walk on two, swinging arms. See, this is a change in man's life compared to animal kingdom. He proved little bit special. Why? Because all animals still walking on four, but this creature started to walk on two. See, this is a main development. See children, this is what we will call the evolution. See, walked on four, and in the first stage walked on four. In the next stage, the later on stage, he started to walk on two. See, this is a very important change in the physical character or the physical development of man. See now, what happened? After walking on two, he gradually began to swing his arms, and he could walk on two legs and did not require long arms to swing from branch to branch. In the beginning stage, he was swinging from branch to branch like, the gorillas or chimpanzees. Now, he is not, he did not require his arm to swing from branch to branch. Now, he is not swinging now, that is from branch to branch. Instead, he is walking on two and he is swinging his arms. Now, children, I told you we are going to discuss only three stages. Now, we have already discussed the first stage, that is hominid, an ape, and this ape began to swing his arms and began to walk on two legs, swinging clearly, freely his arms. Now this next stage, after swinging his arms, slowly he began to walk freely, move his arms, and then the next stage of man is called the Homo erectus. See, Homo erectus means the upright posture. Homo erectus means the upright posture. Upright posture means walking on two, swinging his arms. Now children, this is greatly helped man, that is for his further developments. See, man has developed greatly in this stage, that is in the upright posture or Homo erectus stage. Why? Because he can do so many activities by using his arms. He can do so many activities. He can carry so many activities by swinging his arms, and this is something which is very important to understand, that after started to walk on two, he swinged his arms, and this is greatly helped him to collect things and to carry so many activities by using his hands. And in the first stage, it was very difficult for him to manage small things also. In the first stage, it was very difficult for him to manage a small activity also. But in the next stage, that is after walking on four, swinging his arm, he used his arms, he used his hands very cleverly, very intelligently in order to overcome his difficulties and overcome his burdens. Now children, I told you in the online class also, now also I am repeating the same. God has gifted two precious things, that is for this creature, that is man. One I told you, mind, brain and hands. Mind, brain and hands. See, this is a special gift for man that is in the nature. And these two precious things only proved great and proved superior, that is in the nature. And he could plan from his brain, and the same he can execute, that is from his hands. See, this is something very important, special gift that is for man, that is by God. Now, the upright posture, that is Homo erectus, help them to have a better view of their surrounding. See, the point here is, when he was walking on four, he could not see his surrounding very clearly. Now, after obtaining the upright posture or upright position, now this helped him to have a better view of his surrounding. See, this posture helped him to have an understanding or to have a knowledge of observing the nature or observing the surrounding very clearly. And why? And this greatly helped him to make use of the nature, and because of that, see, more and more activities could be performed with their hands. Now, two things greatly helped him. Now, first one is his posture, that is upright posture, and second one is the observation of the surrounding. He can see his surrounding very clearly, and by making use of this, by making use of his hands, he can make use of his surrounding in a very, very better way, and he started to live, a better life than his surrounding. See, this is the point. He started to live a better life than his surrounding, and gradually he improved his life condition by making use of his hand and by making use of his brain. See, they had the thick hair all over their bodies. See, this is something. They had thick hair all over their bodies. His body is covered with, thick hair, and he lived in caves and grooves. and see his condition of living. He lived in caves and grooves. See children, grooves means the small wood or other, the other group of trees. See, a small wood or other group of trees. See, he started to live, that is in the natural shelters. Natural shelter here, cave and grooves. Grooves I told you already, group of, the small wood. A small wood or the group of trees. In the middle of the group of trees, he started to live. They hunted small animals with bare hands. Now this is the important point we have to understand. They hunted small animals with their bare hands. Now see, this is the hands greatly helped him to hunt small animals, that is to manage his food. That is in the beginning stage when he was walking on four, it was very difficult for him to kill animals and manage his food. But in this stage, that is in the upright posture or Homo erectus stage, he started to kill small animals with his bare hands. See children, this is what something we have to know very clearly, that he started to make use of his hands very cleverly in order to fulfill his needs and requirements. The most important need or requirement of this man was to collect his food, and he is very intelligently and he is very cleverly killing small animals, and he is managing his food, and he is living better. That is in the next stage, and his life was far better than his surroundings. See, this is something we will have to clearly understand, children. The next stage, children, already I told you we will discuss only 3 stages. Already we have discussed the first stage, that is hominid. Second stage we have already discussed Homo erectus, that is it's a Latin word, Homo erectus, that is upright posture or upright man. See children, now we are going to discuss the third stage and the most important stage. Children, you might have observed the pictures also. The first stage, that is hominid, and you have also observed the second posture of man, that is Homo erectus also you might have observed. Now this is something which is very different from these two pictures, previous pictures, that is Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens means, Homo sapien is a Latin word which means wise man. Homo sapien is a Latin word which means wise man, clever man or intelligent man. Wise man, clever man or intelligent man. See children, Homo sapiens, this is the present human form. Homo sapien is the present human form. We are all, see, like our posture, like our physical character. See, this present human form appeared about 40,000 years ago, children. This present human form of man appeared about 40,000 years ago. Homo sapiens are the only exact human being species. See, Homo sapiens are the only exact human species. Why I am telling this point, the present human form and the Homo sapiens human form was almost the same. Almost the same. What is almost the same? Appearance was almost the same. But the activities, life and the activities were totally different. Now, Homo sapiens are the only exact human being species. Now, the name for Latin, wise, sensible man. Wise and sensible man. Wise, clever, intelligent and sensible man. The species to which all modern human beings belong. See, this is a very important development, and this is a very important stage in man's life. Why? Because by this time he observed each and everything, and he learned each and everything, and he could do so many things of his own by using his brain and by using his hands. Almost his life was, his life was, easy and comfortable. Why? Because he became very wise and he became very sensible and he became very clever and he became very intelligent. That is during this stage of time. See now, Homo sapiens appeared in Africa, Europe, Middle East, Netherlands, China and Indonesia. See children, for example, around 40,000 years ago, this present structure or this present human form was mainly appeared in Africa. Then it spread to Europe, Middle East, Netherlands, China and Indonesia. See children, there is one theory connected to this, and this Homo sapiens migrated to Europe out of Africa. This theory what we will call out of Africa. After learning the art of living, after learning the art of overcoming all the problems and overcoming all the difficulties, that is from cleverness and mind, and after executing all the ideas, that is by using their clever hands, they slowly started to migrate to Europe and then spread to Middle East, Netherlands, China and Indonesia. See children, this stage of man was considered to be a very great important milestone, that is in the history of human evolution. See children, now next and very important stage, we are going to discuss the Stone Age. See, after the three stages, or of course during the middle of these three stages, that is Homo hominids, Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, man began to use nature in a very better way. I told you already children, God has gifted two precious, that is things, that is for man, and one brain I told you, and his clever hands I told you already. See children, he observed the nature very cleverly, and a idea struck into his mind. Why can't I use some objects found in the nature? Why can't I make use of those objects which are found in the nature, and I can improve my conditions? Now, an idea struck in his mind. What was that idea, children? He observed the rocks, hard objects that is in the nature, that is rocks or stones, and he started to make use of stone, that is for carrying small activities like killing and digging the soil. Now, this stage of man is called the Stone Age. Now children, we are discussing now the Stone Age. The Stone Age is the period of prehistory when stones were widely used to make tools and weapons. See children, the Stone Age is the period of prehistory when stones were widely used to make tools and weapons. See children, this is a very important stage in man's life. After he started to make use of some objects in the nature, this idea completely changed his life conditions. Why? Because children, in the beginning stage, he was doing everything by using his bare hands. Now, after observing the nature very cleverly and very clearly, he started to make use of nature, and the first object he used in the nature was, the stone. And this stage, that is when he started to make use of stone, and he started to kill animals with these small stones, and he started to dig the soil, that is for soil that is for roots. And this stage of period of man is called the Stone Age. Stone Age is nothing but the making use of the stone, that is for killing or hunting the animals. The Stone Age is the period of prehistory. Children, we will discuss prehistory after some time. After this slide, we will discuss. When we will have to discuss history, prehistory, definitely we will discuss. The Stone Age is the period of prehistory when stones were widely used to make tools and weapons. It begins with the first production of stone tools when early humans developed the technique of chiseling Stone Age, Stone Age ended when bronze was first used. The Stone Age began some 25 million years ago, and the earliest end date is about 3300 BCE. See children, this is the introduction of the Stone Age. See children, there are so many stages in stone, and we will discuss all the different stages of stone, that is in the next stage, next slide. Children, one thing you have to understand very clearly is the Stone Age. Why? Because the Stone Age is very important part of man's life. Why? Because he started to make use of stone, that is for managing his food. One, he killed small animals very easily, very freely, compared to killing animal by using hand was very difficult, and the stone tool made his task very easy to kill his animal, and in some stages the stone tools protected his life also. He attacked the animals by using stones, and he protected his life by making use of stone tools, and secondly, he produced his food. He produced his food by killing animals and by digging roots. And in the beginning stage, it was very difficult for him to manage his food. Why? Because he has to do all activities from his bare hands. Now, bare hands replaced, the stone tools replaced the use of hands. Now in this stage, man improved a lot. What was his main burden? What was his main difficulty was managing food or collecting food. Now easily he is collecting food by using stone or by using rocks, killing animals and digging roots, and he is managing his food very easily, children. Now the Stone Age began some 25 million years ago. See children, see the date here. 25 million years ago, the Stone Age began some 25 million years ago. See, very long back, before the stage of Homo sapiens, the stone tools were widely used by the humans. Now, the earliest end date is about 3300 BCE. Till 3300 BCE. BCE also we will discuss, children. Prehistory also we will discuss. BCE also we will discuss. Separately we will discuss. Now if I club prehistory and BCE, it will be a confusion for you to understand. Okay, we will discuss. Definitely we will discuss. Now the end date is about 3300 BCE. The end date of the use of stone tool was around 3300 BCE. BCE means before Common Era. Before Common Era. Before Common Era means before the birth of Jesus Christ. Before the birth of Jesus Christ, around 3300 BCE, the stone tools were used. And slowly, after 3300 BCE, the next tool or the next thing was introduced by man, and we will discuss what was that discovered by man, how did he develop his life and conditions. That is in the coming slides, or coming topics, we will discuss, children. Now children, very importantly we will have to discuss is the Stone Age. Already I told you, the Stone Age is divided into many, broad periods. Stone Age is divided into so many broad periods, but we will discuss the 4 important Stone Age periods of man. The first one is the Paleolithic Age or the Old Stone Age. The second stage is the Mesolithic Age or the Middle Stone Age. The Neolithic Age or the New Stone Age, and the Chalcolithic Age or the Copper Stone Age. See children, these are the 4 most important Stone Age stages or the 4 broad periods of stone in man's life. One, already I have told you, the Paleolithic Age, that is the Old Stone Age. Second, the Mesolithic age or the Middle Stone Age, and the third one is the Neolithic age or the New Stone Age, and the fourth stage is the Chalcolithic age or the Copper Stone Age. See children, these are the four different stages, and in these four different stages, man developed each and everything according to his need and according to his wish, and various developments were taken place in man's life. Various developments were taken place, and each and every stage man discovered one or the other item, and gradually, that is in the last stage, that is in the Chalcolithic age or in the Copper Stone Age, man improved to the greater extent, man improved to the maximum extent, and proved, very much superior, that is in the nature. And once he was afraid of the nature, and now he is managing and he is controlling and he is ruling the nature, that is in the last stage, that is in the Chalcolithic age or in the Copper Stone Age. See children, this is the introduction of the topic, and children, hope you are very clear in understanding. You are all very clear in understanding the lesson. So children, next already I have sent one video that is connected to the evolution of man, and children, keep on watching this lesson, and please whatever important points we have discussed in this topic, please make note of all that important points. Okay children, bye children, we will continue with some more interesting stories that is in the coming slides. Thank you children for watching this.